Hi, I'm Richard Brace from Allen Heath.
And I'm Darren D'Souza from American Music and Sound.
Yeah, we're going to do a quick demonstration on the Xone DX, released here at Namm 2010. So the Xone DX is the first collaboration from Allen Heath with Serato and the Serato Itch software. What makes the Xone DX stand out is in this iteration of the Itch software, for the first time we have 4 decks. So the DX is laid out with a pseudo mixer section, giving us 4 channels, 3-band EQ, level, channel meters and crossfader signing Q. We have a master section here which allows us to control our outputs and to do our browsing. So here we can select through a crate, we can navigate through our file structure. So all of this is done so once you've prepared your crates you never actually have to go to the mouse pad to control the software. Another great feature of this version of Itch is we have 2 inbuilt effects engines. These are located at the top, left and right on the Xone DX. So we can select an effect. Once we're happy with the effect that we want to use, we select it. We assign to the channel using the FX1 and FX2 assign buttons. Punch in. So you can assign any effect engine to any channel or both if you want to do so. On the left and right we have the virtual decks. So on the left we have deck 1 and 2. And the way we differentiate between the decks is one deck uses red LEDs, and that's the red deck in the software. And then we click the layer button, that takes us to our second deck, where the LEDs then go green, and that's the green deck in the software. So we can switch between, we can do this on both sides. In the deck section, the first thing we can look at is we have a loop function, where we can punch in an auto loop and auto size it. We have a loop roll function, which allows us to loop and twist. When we release, the audio will go to the point in the track where it would have been had we not entered the loop. We can also punch in and out manually. And if we're not happy with the loop, we can adjust the loop points. So if I select the out point, the loop stops scrolling, and I can use my jog to trim my loop point. And do the same with the loop in point. So we can trim the loop up to make it right. We have, on this version of software, for the first time ever, Itch have incorporated beat gridding. So we can synchronize all of our audio together and tempo lock it and beat lock it together. So we can run seamless loops across all 4 tracks and using all 4 tracks simultaneously. We have a standard functionality in the deck of play cue, so we can set a cue point, test from the cue point, and then play. We've also got hot cue points, which I can set. So there's 4 of those. When they're active, they go green. I can punch back to any one of those, and then we can simply clear them and use them again later on in the track. The outputs of the Xone DX use a VCA control, so they are analog control of the outputs. Internally, we've got a 20-channel USB 2 sound card that runs at 96K 24-bit. That gives us a master output, which we've got on balanced XLRs and on unbalanced RCAs. The booth output is on RCAs. We have an auxiliary output, which you can use for recording or an effect send. And finally, we have the Q bus output. So whenever I'm queuing a track on the Xone DX, the audio will come out of here. So if we've got 2 guys using 2 together, you can monitor each other's Q buses. We also have, on each deck, we have the possibility of an external input to each deck. So we're currently wired in on, I wire this in now to channel 2. And I'm currently playing from the computer. I can switch to through mode. So my audio is now coming from the CD player. As a safety feature, the Xone DX also incorporates a direct input. The direct input is on a 3.5mm jack, so you can use an iPod or any sort of generic MP3 player, and this routes directly to the balanced outputs. So if there were an issue with the software, you can kill the software outputs, press play on the media player, and that will allow you to run music through the front of house while you reboot your computer, and you can even reboot the sound card with a safety switch underneath in case it takes the sound card out, giving you the ultimate fail-safe in that situation.